Working with flex basis in CSS is a little bit harder, but when you understand the concept wraps around Flexbox, then it makes your work easier. Welcome to another video of Tech Mastery. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the concept of flex basis in CSS and all its amazing use concept. So you can see how 100% responsive this application is, even though when it is open in a tablet view or when it is open in a mobile view. So this is the application we are going to be building in this video, so that you learn everything you literally need to know about flex basis in CSS. Already created a Next.js application under the hood using npx create-next-app, and also behind the scene I've already created some other components, and in that component we have several other components in it. So we are going to be importing this layout from the main Next.js layout. So when we go to the app directory and also to the main layout, this layout serves in a way that every other component is going to be child of the layout, and the layout is going to be the parent component in the DOM. So that is how actually layout works in Next.js. I'm going to be importing layout from layout, so we are going to be importing the layout from component / layout, just as we have from component / layout. This layout is going to be wrapping the children, just as you can see. So every other component is in the DOM is going to be a child to this layout. So I'm going to be saying layout so I'm going to be closing it and wrap it to the child. So this is how actually layout works in Next.js. So when we dive into the component, and I'm going to be importing what is called React node and React element, because we are going to be destructuring the children, and this children is going to be a React node or a React element. So I'm going to be saying, I'm going to be importing React element or React node, from React. So React has what is called children, and we are going to be destructuring these children from props children. So we are going to be saying this children is going to be a React element or a React node. So watch out and learn how the React element or React node actually works. Then we are going to say React element, or so this pipe symbol simply means a union in TypeScript, because you are making use of TypeScript in this application, and also learning how flex basis actually works in Next.js. So this pipe symbol is a union. Either it's the child is going to be a React element or is going to be a React node. So I'm going to be saying React node. I will be trying my best to explain everything in details, so that you understand each and every concept that I'm talking about in this tutorial or in this video. So I can come and also render the child. Just render the child or the children, anyone you want. So thumbnail is going to be a child to this layout now. So that is how it works. And also every other component, such as the right, the nav bar, the footer, the left sidebar, all of them is going to be a child component to this particular layout. So I'm going to be importing the left sidebar from left sidebar, and also import right sidebar, import the navbar, and also the last component, which is the footer. But footer, from footer, and that is it. The way we are going to be structuring this component is that the footer and the right sidebar is going to be a global component. I'm going to be cutting out this child and creating a parent div so that it will match with other elements. So when I paste, I'm going to be rendering the left sidebar here, and it's going to be a self-closing tag because it has its own component. And also I'm going to be rendering the right sidebar. Don't worry, you are going to understand what I'm talking about when we are done seeing the view on the browser. So also I'm going to be rendering the right sidebar. I'm going to be cutting out this div. I'm creating another div, and also I will paste so that I'll be able to render the left, the nav, and the footer as a global component. So I'm going to be saying navbar. It will be a self-closing tag, and also below I'm going to be rendering the footer. So the footer is going to be a self-closing tag. It's going to be a self-closing tag, and I will cut. So we are done with our files and folder structure. Get the terminal and also run npm run dev. So we are going to be starting on localhost 3000. When I open my browser, you can see everything is being displayed on the browser. That means the main content, the navbar and the footer, and also the left and the right sidebar. So also I've already applied a CSS style behind the scene. That is what I'm going to be showing you at the moment. So when I come to the root, to the app directory, and also to the global CSS, you can see that I have some basic styles, and also I have tailwind CSS. The margin is reset to 0, and the padding, and also is going to be a box sizing so that every element in the DOM is going to fit to the screen, or is going to fit with the body of this application. And also I have a WebKit scroll bar, WebKit thumb, and also WebKit trap that I turn to transparent. Go into the navbar, and we are going to be styling this navbar. All I'm going to be saying is a class name. I'm going to be giving it a class name, and the class name, we are going to be giving it a width-full. Width-full in Tailwind CSS simply means that the width is going to be 100%. And also I'm going to be giving a padding of 5. The text is going to be 20 pixels. I'm going to be giving a custom text or custom font of 20 pixels. And also I'm going to be giving a margin bottom of at least 5, so that it is going to separate from every other element that we have there. And also I'm going to be giving a background color, and this background color is going to be a custom color RGBA. RGBA simply means red, green, blue, and the alpha is going to be the opacity of that background color. So I'm going to say 26, then 29, and the alpha is going to be 0.9, which is the opacity is going to be 0.9, and I will close the color. So this is just the style that you are going to be giving to the navbar. And when I save my application, you can see how beautiful it appears on the browser. And this is where the main fun begins, learning how to flex an item using Tailwind CSS in Next.js. So we are going to be matching through the layout, and also in here we are going to be applying our custom style. I'm going to be giving it a class name. So I'm going to say a class name. So the width is going to be full also, and I'm going to be saying flex. To flex the items is going to be at start, justify, is going to be between, and flex -1 a gap of at least 5, and also a padding of 5, and I will be giving it a margin bottom. A margin bottom at least should be 5. So all these things are custom figures. We are going to be giving the main content, which is a children, a flex basis of 50%. So I will say basis, which is going to be a custom of 50%. So if you don't understand Tailwind, this is how to apply a custom style on Tailwind CSS. And I'm going to be giving a padding of 5. mx simply means space at the left and at the right hand side. I'm going to be giving it a space of 5. So all these things are just custom styles that I'm giving it. And also we are going to be giving it a bg color, just as we did on the navbar. So I will copy this bg color and back to the layout. I'm going to paste, and also I'm going to be giving it a height of 100 vh. So at least we are done with this custom style. So let's look how it is on the browser. You can see now the elements are flexed. So why it is not in order is because of the padding I gave to this. It's because of the padding I gave, though our background color is not showing. So let's check what is the problem and get it fixed. Okay, sorry guys, I forgot to close the background color, and when I save also, you can see the elements have display, and you can see our main content have a basis of 50%, and while others we have a basis of 25%. So let's go in and style the other element, class name, and I will paste. Though the basis is going to be 25% rather than 50%, I'm going to say okay, it should be 25%. We no longer need the margin at the left and the right side, and we are going to be leaving the padding. And once we save, we are going to be copying this and also apply it the same, just at the left, at the right sidebar. And also let me give it a class name of the same value. So once I save the application, but you can see there's a lot of space here, right? This space is so much and this one also is so much. It does not make sense. So let's reduce the space while I go back to the layout. And also I'm going to be making this a of 3 value, and also at the I'm going to be changing the padding bottom to be 3 value, and let's save also. So yeah, you can see everything looks good, right? Everything looks good, and that is how flex basis actually works in CSS. So I have a text here. When I come to my constant and move into the index, so I have a lot of text here. So we are going to be mapping over all these text and get the title and also the links and display it in our browser with some of our custom styles. We are going to be creating a helper function or a reusable function that we are going to be passing as prop to this footer and grabbing the title at the link and also display it here on the footer. So that is all we are going to be doing at this moment. So I'm going to be creating a function called footer links. Is going to be a function whereby we destructure the title and also we get the individual links. I'm going to be changing this to a camel case, and we are going to be instantly returning a div. Footer links is going to be a function whereby we destructure the title, because we have the title and the links in in the footer links, so we are going to be extracting those values, and also we are going to be getting the links. We are going to be instantly returning a div. So yet this is what is called an instant return. We're going to be returning a div, and also returning another div. In this div we can say class name. So the width is going to be full. The items should be start. Justify should be start. Save should be start. Flex should be 1, and we are going to be rendering the title. So because of we are making use of TypeScript, we are going to be having squiggly line. So let me fix the squiggly line so that we continue with our work. I'm going to be saying interface props, whereby we have the title is going to be a string, and also the links is going to be what is known as array of strings. So we say footer props. So we have all this. So we have already applied the interface or the types for our values here, and I'm going to be giving this one a class name, text dash gray. Text should be 20 pixels. Empty -3 margin at the top, and we are going to be creating one more div, and also a UL and unordered list. So we are going to be making a check because this is actually an array of strings. So though I'm going to be giving it a class name, to give a space at the top, a class name of empty-3. So first of all, I'm going to be making a check. Does this array exist? If the array do exist, then we are going to be mapping over the array. So I'm going to be say links. If we only have the links, that is what is known as the short circuit in JavaScript. It always return a true value. I'm going to say okay, links dot map, whereby we call the map function. The map function is an high order function in JavaScript. So we call the map function and we get individual links, and also we return a function, and this function is going to return an instant return, whereby I can return a line, that means a line, and also I'm going to be giving it a key. A key is a special word in React. So React is going to be looking for individual elements and re-render. So it's going to be the links. So though this is not the best practice, I needed to give it an index, but let me just leave the individual property as the key. And inside the array, I'm going to be creating a link. There's what is known as a link component in Next.js. So I'm going to be creating a link. First of all, let me import link from Next.js. So hit on Ctrl and Shift bar and import link from Next.js and say href we have what is called the href component. That is a link. This link will allow you so that the browser will not re-render. Instead of using common anchor tag, I'm going to say okay links, and we are going to be rendering this link. So let me say okay links. Okay, when I save, we will not see anything on the browser because we haven't passed the props to it. I'm going to give it a class name. Empty is going to be 5, cursor is going to be pointer, and text is going to be sm. To be passing this helper function or this reusable function down as props to the footer, and also populating the values, which is the title and the link, from these constant values that we have there. So let's get started. All I have to do is to copy the footer links and also pass it as a props to the footer. But I say footer links is equals to footer links, and also we are going to be accepting these props down to the footer. So we are going to be destructuring the props and also say footer links. So also one more thing is that I'm going to be passing a custom style as also a props. I'm going to be saying style. I'm going to be passing one more props, which is style, which is equals to is going to be a flex basis, or is going to be a string of 17% or flex basis 17%. So that is how it's going to look like. Also I will be accepting this style from props, style equals to style. Just because we are using TypeScript, we are going to be having this squiggly line. So let's get it fixed. We are using interface props, whereby we have the footer links. The footer links is going to be react.fc because it is a functional component, and also the style is going to be a string. We are going to be importing our footer links. I'm going to be saying import link from component, import footer link from constant, and we are going to be rendering a div, and in this div we are going to be giving it a class name, which is going to be full, which is going to be flex. Items should be start, just dash between p-5 flex wrap, flex-1, and margin top is going to be 5. So in this div we are going to be rendering a class name, whereby the class name is going to be a dynamic one. Is going to be of that you are going to be using template literal string. Is going to be of type style. So we can render our footer link as a component. Footer links is going to be a self-closing tag, and we are going to be accepting our value that we destructured from the footer link, which title is equals to this value. Then we get in the first element from the array and say dot title. and also we're getting our links, footer links. We're getting the first element, and see dot links, and this is it. And this is how the component is going to be. So let's check on how it looks on the browser. So you can see we have our application, right? Let me add a background. We are going to be navigating in our navbar, and also we are going to be copying this background and adding it to the footer. So we are going to be saying background is going to be the value of our background, and all I have to do is to duplicate this value, Ctrl C, V, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So let's save and take a look on the browser. So you can see the application, right? So we are going to be adding one more section to it, and also we are going to be changing the values so that it looks pretty cool. So we are going to be saying the value here is going to be 1. So I'm going to fast forward this section so that the video will be pretty fast. Okay. And that is it. So this is how the footer looks, right? So we are going to be checking the responsiveness of this footer on the mobile browser. So let's take a look at it and see how it looks. You can see how responsive it looks, right? And let's see how it is responsive. So it will collapse, just as you can see. It will collapse, and then, and that is it. This is the end of this video, and that is all you need to know about Flex Basics in CSS. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.